My name is Kellen Griffin, and this is my continuous improvement slideshow. And so this quote that we've got over here is, improvement usually means doing something we have never done before, and that comes from the BTOES Insights Twitter page, which is actually a business and technology page, but I thought it seemed applicable to what we're talking about because as far as since I've been in education anyways, to help us continually improve, we are probably going to have to do things that have never happened since I've been around anyways. And so taking a look at my school, where are we now? So I've got this demographics in terms of the race and the populations in our school. And so we're 67.5% white, and then 6.6% African American, 19.3% Hispanic, and 6.5% other. And then this is from the data center page from KSDE on our report card. And so this is for the math scores in terms of our state assessments and how many we have fallen into each category. And so in 2018 and 2019, we were right around 33 and 34% that were in level 1, which is a lot more than the state average. And then if you go all the way over to the other end, our level 4, it was a lot smaller, and those were about 5 or 6%. And so those are a lot smaller than the state average. So on the two ends that you would generally look at and say, oh, you want to have a lot of people in level 4, well, we're doing worse on that. And then you want to have as few as people possible in level 1, well, we're also doing poorly on that because we have a lot of people compared to the rest of the state. And then in terms of English and language arts, 2018 and 2019 were really different for our high school. And so the level 4 was kind of the same as the math. So we had fewer people than we would like. But then if you look at level 1 in 2019, we were a lot smaller than the state average. But in 2018, we were a lot larger than the state average for level 1. So those two kind of swung back and forth. And then our post-secondary success, which looks at graduation rate, the success rate, and effective rate. So this is from 2013 and 2017, also taken from the KSDE report card. And when you go through, in 2017, we're at about a 92% graduation rate. And it's not terrible, but then if you look at our success rate has actually gone up every year since 2014, which is a good thing. And then our effective rate has also gone up since our success rate has gone up some. And so where do we want to be? Well, our entire district's mission statement is that the mission of Shawnee Heights USD 450 is to provide quality education that ensures academic achievement for all students and develops caring, productive, and responsible citizens. This will be achieved through diverse academic opportunities, staff committed to continuous improvement, students, family, and community involvement, and safe schools. And so it really sticks out to me that we are committed to continuous improvement, and so we want to make sure that we are doing that, and that's where we want to be, is where we're always continuously improving, and we want to still give students the opportunity to be involved and have all sorts of different academic opportunities, and then obviously we want to have safe schools. And then the other thing is for where we want to be, we want to meet the post-secondary success mark that the state has kind of set forward. Right, so that's having a 75% effective rate, and obviously we are not there yet if you look at the slide earlier, but that's probably the end goal because that means we have students graduating and we have them being successful after high school and going into either multiple years of college, or they get a certification, whether that's in high school or if they went to a technical school to get a certification, but they're doing something that'll be successful and we help them to get to where they want to be. And then so how did we get to where we are now? Well, part of the issues that with our post-secondary success rate is we have a SHARP, which is Shawnee Heights Academic Recovery Program. That's what that's called. So Shawnee Heights Academic Recovery Program. And we have a limit on that just based upon the amount of money that it costs us. And so the number of students that we can put into that is a very small amount. And I know oftentimes our administration is wanting to have more people in there just because we've got some students that fail a lot of classes, and then when they end up going to there, it actually helps them out. And so if we didn't have that limit on it, we could potentially have more students going there and where they actually become successful because of that program. And another reason I believe is the teacher turnover that we've had. We've had a lot of turnover in the last couple years, even from before I got there 3 years ago. And since then, it's just been a lot at our high school level. So there have been years when we've had 20 new teachers at the high school, which is just an incredible amount for the number of teachers that we have. And so that doesn't help in terms of working together to meet a goal, because we always have new people coming in getting replaced. And so not everybody knows exactly what has been happening and what we need to continue to do. And so how are we going to get to where we want to be? Well, one of those things is using data dialogues and making sure that we're actually communicating and using that to improve our teaching and continuously improving what we are doing for our students. And then common formative assessments, so that we can assess all the students to see where they are at, and using the same tools. And then pushing more students, so that comes from having more students enrolled in some of our honors classes, because it hasn't always been a large amount, and we used to have a really small amount, but we've started to get more and more students pushed into there of all different backgrounds. And so it's not just the same people. There's a much larger diversity in that. And then offering some more certifications also that could help us with our post-secondary success, because students could get those in high school, and so then that would count towards them having success, and then that would help our effective rate. And then also our AVID program, so that's for helping some underprivileged students and some first-generation students being prepared to go to college for them that want to go to college. So hopefully that way they're prepared for when they get there, and then once they get there, they can stay in college. And so is what we are doing making a difference? Well, right now, how we can check that is using the teacher evaluations and observations to see if our teachers are actually having the data dialogues and if they're being effective in their classroom. And then we can also use data observations to see if what we're doing is being effective. So are we using this data, and from this data that we have on the teachers and our students, are they making any progress or not? And then as well as the effectiveness rate. So after a couple of years, is our effectiveness rate actually going up, or has it stayed where it's at? Has it gone down? And obviously that ties in with our graduation rate and also our success rate. Thanks.